Welcome to this video about a 3-stages reverse osmosis unit. It was recorded back in 2013 and now it's April 2016. If you're very new or if you have not seen my introductory video, then I suggest that first you see this and then you come back and watch this. In this video I will show you this reverse osmosis unit. I call it Mars right now. I will show you the flow restrictor that is located inside the wastewater tube. It's a small thin tube inside the red tube. But there are some people who think that it is an advantage to let the water run very fast through the wastewater tube and thereby cleaning the membrane and the membrane housing. I have thought about how to make that simple instead of making the construction here with 2 T's and a ball valve. Instead of making this construction with the 3 shown fittings, the unit that I sell right now in April 2016 might not be the unit that I sell when you watch this video. The advantage of this construction that I'm showing is that the flow restrictor inside the red tube remains inside the red tube. Normally you do not need to attach these small blue locks to the fittings. If you put the tubes tight and attach them good to the fittings, they are needed if there's a high water pressure inside the tube, especially just before the membrane, maybe in an elbow fitting. And now a few words about the flow restrictor. As you can see on the images that are coming right now, there are different sizes. And now to the discussion about what flow restrictor to what unit or to which membrane. In theory, you can put any flow restrictor on any membrane. But the smaller the flow restrictor, the less wastewater you get. But you put strength on the membrane, and maybe the lifetime of the membrane will be shorter. I cannot say exactly what is right for you and what is the very best. But of course I have tested a lot, and the flow restrictor that is on the reverse osmosis system or unit that you buy, I find the best in the long run. But you can look at my measurements, my data, the specification, and you can try yourself. Buy an extra or 2 flow restrictors and make your own tests. To say it very short, if you want the best in the long run, get a booster pump or get a reverse osmosis system with a booster pump, because all membranes are tested at around 7 bar, and the specifications, for example 100 gallons per day or 200 gallons per day, means the capacity of the membrane is 100 or 200 gallons per day at 7 bar. Very important to remember. But normally there's a link to the membrane at the product description of a reverse osmosis system. Look at my measurements. As far as I know, I am the only one in the world who has taken time to measure at different pressures the capacity, the filtration percent, and the wastewater factor, even with different flow restrictors. Tell me if you know a website that has done as much tests as I have. With a booster pump, you get the water faster, you get cleaner water, and you get less wastewater. If I'm still using open cart as my shopping cart when you watch this video, I have a smart feature, many shops have that. You can compare products. I have a separate video how to do that. That's especially useful when you are comparing the small 3 stages reverse osmosis system or the membranes, there's a tab called specification at the product. Click that one and you will see the capacity, the filtration percent, and what I call wastewater factor. The wastewater factor is my description of the relation between pure water and the wastewater. The pure water has a factor 1, and if the wastewater factor is 2, that means you get double as much wastewater as pure water. If the wastewater factor is 3, you get 3 times as much wastewater as pure osmosis water. I have tested quite many membranes from quite many companies, and I have selected what I find best value for money membranes. At the very end, I will say something pretty important. I think I have said it in the first video too. It is essential that you have a meter to measure how pure the water is coming out of your reverse osmosis system. Otherwise, you do not know when to change filters and or when to change the membrane. So do yourself a favor. Buy a meter. I have several to choose from. I have a separate video about that, very intensive. Have a look at that. End of this video. Thank you for staying with me that long. April 2016, Michael Mart, Denmark, for Purified water. Enjoy your life.